Hey there, Domainers! My name is Taylor, and welcome to Game Domain. Today we're going to be going over Mario characters from the purest of hearts to the evil characters in the Mushroom Kingdom. We aren't going to look at RPG characters because that would be a whole other video by itself, so let us know if you want to see that in the comments. I may reference some events in those games, but this video would be way too long to include the many Paper Mario, Mario & Luigi, and Super Mario RPG characters. Starting off with the purest of Mario characters, we have Yoshi. He left his tribe to go on a dangerous adventure to return a baby that just fell out of the sky to the stork. He not only risks his life and limb to do this, but also has to put up with baby Mario's annoying crying. We've also seen time after time Yoshi sacrifice himself to give Mario an extra jump, yet he never once complains. Yoshi will do anything to aid you, as he even gives you 1-up mushrooms when you talk to him on the roof in Super Mario 64. We thought about a few other characters for this spot on the list, but just could not come up with anyone better than Yoshi. The second best Mario character in terms of goodness is Rosalina. Rosalina may not have had as many notable appearances as other characters on this list, but that doesn't make her any less good. She's very mysterious at first, as you know almost nothing about her. And one of your first interactions with her has you getting the ability to spin, which is already a good start, but it goes on from there. Throughout Super Mario Galaxy, you can go to the library and find her reading her story in small increments each time. You learn about the loss and hardship she's gone through, and how she got to where she is during the events of Galaxy. Without Rosalina, you wouldn't be able to rescue Princess Peach and save the galaxy from Bowser. For the bronze medal of goodness, we have Luigi. Luigi is often in his brother's shadow, and only has like 6 games of his own, while his brother has like 200. But I would argue that Luigi is a better person than his brother. He can be timid, and can be a bit of a scaredy cat, but he puts these fears aside to aid Mario on multiple journeys, as well as completely saving him from 3 different mansions. He went face to face with hundreds, if not thousands of ghosts to save Mario from being trapped in a portrait. Luigi also isn't an attention hog like his brother. He just does what he can to help. You gotta feel bad for him when Mario decides not to bring him on vacation to the beautiful Isle Delfino, or when he doesn't bring Luigi to the castle for some cake. Yet Luigi doesn't let this bother him. Really, the only bad thing we found that Luigi has done is when he was controlled by Dementio and became Mr. L. But that's not Luigi's fault, so it won't be held against him here. Next up on the list, we have Flood. While Flood only plays an important role in one game, you would not be able to complete your journey without him. Flood approaches Mario to offer his assistance, and throughout pretty much the entire game, he has your back. Or is on your back, I should say. At the end of the game, after you finally defeat Bowser, you find Flood damaged on the ground. Right before he shuts down, the last thing he says is to ask if he was of assistance to Mario. Flood is a true character of selflessness, as his only goal was to help others. Luckily, this isn't the end for Flood, as he does get repaired, but it doesn't make his sacrifices any less important. Next on our list, we have Toadsworth. Toadsworth has proven to be a very loyal servant to Princess Peach since she was born, as confirmed by Mario and Luigi, partners in time. He does his best to do what's right. It's also very impressive how he can still hit a baseball 400 feet at his age, as he does in Mario Super Sluggers. He must be doing something right. Next up is Captain Toad. Captain Toad, who first appeared in Super Mario Galaxy, has a knack for treasure hunting, and has given Mario quite a few stars along the way. Captain Toad doesn't seem to be selfish, as he just gives the stars to you for free. However, he does get himself into some less than ideal situations, and relies on Mario to rescue him, only to then give him the star, so we do have to bump him down a bit for that. Following Captain Toad, we have Pauline, or Mayor Pauline as she is now known. Until Odyssey, we didn't really know much about her. She's been kidnapped by Donkey Kong a few times, but that's about it. However, in Odyssey, we see that she's the mayor of New Donk City, a bustling metropolis with seemingly little crime. She is certainly a better mayor than the mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, of course, of which New Donk City is based on. She even put a performance on for the city where she sings Jump Up Superstar with a band there with her. Due to Pauline's seemingly good job of running the city, we've decided to put her pretty high on this list. Up next, we have Princess Daisy. Daisy only requires Mario's help from being kidnapped just once, while Peach requires it seemingly 24/7. Daisy has never been shown to do anything bad. Most of the time, she's just driving a cart or playing sports. She owns her own cruise ship, which must cost $1 billion at least, and she has no problem with letting her friends play some baseball on. There isn't much more to say about Daisy, so that's why she's high on this list, but not higher than the previous ones. She hasn't been shown to do anything bad, but has only done a limited amount of really good things. Next up, we have the Spricksy Princesses from Super Mario 3D World. They don't do much, but seem to be doing a better job running their kingdom than in the Mushroom Kingdom. Each time you rescue one, they save you a lot of time by building you a pipe to move on to the next world for you. At the end of the game, they even take the time to build you a rocket ship. The Spricksy Princesses seem to be very good-natured and have a strong work ethic, which is what puts them high up on this list. Next up, we have the last of the good characters, Mario himself. I was debating whether to put him on the good section or the morally questionable section, but if we're being honest, all of the good he has done strongly outweighs the bad. He has saved multiple kingdoms on many occasions, saved the world on multiple occasions, rescued many people in his tenure, and will often defend others from harm. That's all well and good, and we could talk about those actions all day. But why is Mario doing all this? Fame and fortune could be a part of it. He's licensed his image to a toy company, which has led to the kidnapping of Pauline. He's also famous around the Mushroom Kingdom and has a reputation to uphold. Mario has a pretty big ego and hasn't been the best older brother to Luigi. When Luigi finally got some recognition by winning a tennis trophy and thinks Mario is coming up to congratulate him, Mario starts stomping on his shoe for some reason. And as mentioned before, he has left out Luigi on many occasions, and it's not explained why. Lastly, Mario has done some really cruel things to animals back in the 80s with Donkey Kong. He kept Donkey Kong in a cage and then tried to kill his son when he came to rescue him. Even though Mario has done plenty of questionable things, the amount of good things he has done, even if some aren't for the most altruistic of reasons, still shows Mario is a good person, but is just flawed like the rest of us, and has let some fame go to his head. Moving on to the gray area. We'll be starting off with Princess Peach. Peach seems to be just an innocent princess cursed with some bad luck by having Bowser always kidnap her. But we need to take a deeper look at this. Peach is a princess, and seems to be a very wealthy one at that. Surely she could just hire better security and defense measures, knowing Bowser will constantly try to kidnap her. But she doesn't. She knows Mario is always going to save her, and it seems like she just wants the attention from Mario going on these big adventures just for her. She also hasn't done much to protect her kingdom either, as it gets attacked constantly. She puts her citizens at risk whether it is intentional or not, and doesn't seem to ever learn from anything that happens. With all this being said, she still does some good things like bake a cake to say thank you to Mario. Unfortunately, that ended up with her being kidnapped as well. She also did help Mario save the world in the Thousand-Year Door and Super Paper Mario, and she even rescued Mario once in Super Princess Peach. It seems like luck is just often not on her side, as there's no way she could have known Isle Delfino was vandalized when she thought she was just taking some people on a nice vacation, or when she took the gang to the hotel in Luigi's Mansion 3. She's very similar to Mario in a lot of ways, in the sense that while they both do some questionable things, it seems on the inside they are both good people, but have let outside factors make them do some morally questionable things. Up next, we have Professor Elvin Gadd. Gadd is the world's lead authority on ghosts, but also dabbles in time travel and water jetpacks as well. Gadd has done a lot of good by helping Luigi capture the ghosts, even if it's for his own research. And he also played a big part in helping the brothers in Partners in Time. But the most questionable thing he has done is in a game he doesn't actually appear in, Super Mario Sunshine. Flood, the water nozzles, are his technology. Why would he leave all of that on the island? Did he have inside knowledge on what would happen but stayed silent due to wanting Mario to showcase his technology? That seems all too likely. Following Professor Gadd, we have Cappy. While Cappy might seem like a friendly Cap, he is so much more. He has the power to control someone and do whatever he wants. How has he gotten this dark magic? We can only speculate. Luckily, we don't see Cappy do anything bad in Odyssey, but we can't just ignore that he has this dark magic and takes over beings and puts them in danger with not a care in the world. Coming up next for the gray area, we have Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is the original villain in the Mario series, and you would think that would put him in the bad category of this list. However, you may not know that Mario kept him in a cage, which caused Donkey Kong to kidnap Pauline. It's even seen in Donkey Kong Jr., where Mario is the bad guy himself, as I mentioned before. However, that isn't it for Donkey Kong. He stole the Mario minis in a robbery and kidnapped Pauline again. Donkey Kong has also done a lot of good though. He has a family which he clearly cares for. He's DK, Donkey Kong. He's the leader of the bunch, and you know him well. He's finally back and plans on kicking some tail. Donkey Kong has also stopped the evil King K. Rool, as well as a few other villains. Now we have Nabbit up on the list. He's just a thief in New Super Mario Bros. U. He steals something and you just chase him down and that's it. But in New Super Luigi U, he's a playable character. He helps Luigi and the Toads on their dangerous journey. Doing this surely makes up for some of his actions, but I still wouldn't say it makes him a great guy or anything. It wasn't too long ago where he was just a no-good thief, so we have to bump Nabbit down a few spots for that. Last up for the gray category, we have Birdo. Birdo, like Donkey Kong, started off as a villain. She was a recurring villain in Super Mario Bros. 2, but other than that, she hasn't really done anything that bad. She performs for Mario in Sticker Star and has been seen at a play in Origami King. She is also in a relationship with Yoshi. Clearly, if that is the case, she's gotten better, as Yoshi would never surround himself with such bad company as an evil villain. She has surely done away with her evil ways, but we haven't really seen her do enough good to completely outweigh the bad, which is why she's low in the gray category. Now we're getting to the bad to evil category. We'll start off with characters that are just bad, not necessarily evil, and we will finish with the worst of the worst in the Mario universe. Starting off in this category, we have Wario. Wario was another character who started off as a villain, but slowly started to become more of a hero. Well, the hero of his own game, that is. He really is not a good guy, and is very selfish and greedy. Anytime he does something that's seemingly good, he's doing it for money. Wario is just really a bad guy, but not really evil. He doesn't try to control the entire world or constantly rain down chaos, so that's why he is so low on the bad category of this list. Up next, we have his best friend, Waluigi. Like Wario, Waluigi is just mischievous and selfish. He also makes some, questionable victory celebrations in Mario Strikers. Really, the only game Waluigi is the bad guy of is Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. In the game, he steals the 4 music keys, and Mario has to dance his way around to stop him. Yeah, it's a weird game. Waluigi is also no stranger to doing pranks with Wario. Most of these are harmless, but just think about it this way. If Waluigi was real, he would be a prank YouTuber in the likes of FauciTube or someone like that. Unlike Wario though, Waluigi hasn't done anything good to make him a slightly better person, which is why we think he's a little worse than his friend. Next up, we have the Koopalings. All the Koopalings really do is fight Mario because Bowser tells them to. They are complicit in his activities, but is it really all their fault? They were most likely adopted by Bowser when they were very young and don't know anything else. They just want to appease Bowser. They don't really do anything besides just fight Mario. They most likely have no part of the evil plans and just do what they're told. They're still definitely bad, but definitely not worse than the characters that will follow. Next up, we have Petey Piranha. Petey is best known for Sunshine, but has appeared as a villain in Sticker Star as well. He doesn't really seem to have any goal. All he wants to do is kill you. You know he's very strong too, as he can hit a baseball 450 feet with ease with his arm, which is just a leaf. His smooth left-handed swing is what makes him one of the best hitters in Super Mario Sluggers. Sorry about that tangent, we at Game Domain just really like Mario Sluggers. But anyway, Petey is your prototypical boss encounter in a video game. Doesn't have a goal, just wants to stop you. Next, we have Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. does a lot more than the Koopalings, including wreaking havoc on an island and assisting with his father's evil deeds to a stronger degree. All he wants to do is have his father be proud of him, so it can't fully be blamed on him for why he is the way he is. We can only speculate about how he would act if he wasn't raised by Bowser, but he doesn't seem to show any remorse for his actions, so he is still very much evil. Next up, for the Bronze Medal of Evil, we have Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2. There isn't a lot of info on Wart, but we do know that he makes himself the ruler of Subcon and enslaves the inhabitants there. He's a really evil guy. He not only took over a land, but also enslaved the people there. There isn't much more to say about him, as this is really the only notable appearance in a game. The Silver Medal of Evil goes to Bowser. Yes, he is surprisingly not number 1, and you'll see why he isn't. Bowser is perhaps the most famous villain in all of video games, but we don't think he's the most evil in the Mario series. First, let's take a look at all the bad things he's done. He's kidnapped Peach like 100 different times, tried to take over the world, tried to kill Mario more times than you can count, has forced his children to do his evil bidding, among many, many, many other things. He just is not a very nice guy. However, he has done some good before and has shown to be reasonable on a few occasions. Throughout the Mario and Luigi series, he's been willing to work with the Mario brothers when there was an even greater threat. In Superstar Saga, he even lets them go with him on his airship as well as in Partners in Time. You even play as him in Bowser's Inside Story and Super Mario RPG. And there's one more game I left out where you play as Bowser, Super Paper Mario. When you see him in Chapter 3-1, you fight him, but afterwards Peach convinces him to join your party on a quest to save the entire world. That isn't it, however. We've mentioned how Bowser is shown to be reasonable before, and saving the world is part of that. He's a bad guy, but even he doesn't want the world to be destroyed. In Chapter 8-2, after he defeats O-Chunks in a fight, the ceiling comes crashing down. O-Chunks saves them all and tells them all to go ahead without him. Bowser doesn't listen and helps him hold up the ceiling for the brothers to escape. He didn't need to do that, but he did it as a selfless act which shows Bowser has some good in him. Even with all of that, we can't ignore the countless atrocities he has committed. And he does have no problem with children doing his evil bidding, so he really could not be any lower on the list. With that being said, we believe there is only one character in the Mario universe deserving of the gold medal of evil, King Boo. While Bowser has done a lot of horrible things, he still has done some good things. King Boo is just pure evil. He traps Luigi's friends in paintings and tries to take over the entire world. His only goal in life, or should I say death, is to take over the world and be a ruthless leader. King Boo has done nothing even remotely good, which is why we believe he is the most evil out of all the Mario characters. Well, that took a while to write. Obviously, we couldn't include every single Mario character, so we would appreciate it if you don't spam the comments with comments saying, "You forgot X character." No one wants to watch a 5-hour video where we go over every single character that has appeared in a Mario game. However, something you may want to see is a video like this where we go over characters in Mario RPGs, like we brought up in the beginning of the video. Let us know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. Also, if you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video, so we ask that you could please subscribe and like the video as it really helps us out. We also have a Discord if you want to come join and talk to us there. Lastly, you obviously like Mario games, and lucky for you, we have a ton of Mario videos you will enjoy on the channel. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Taylor with Game Domain.